Alright, you guys, so I'm back with another Bible reading. I'm on Numbers 3, tribal locations, or trivial, I'm not too sure. I'm just going to start right now. Wrath to protect them from his fierce anger against their sins. So all these instructions of the Lord to Moses were put in effect. The Lord gave these further instructions to Moses and Aaron. Each tribe will have its own tent area with its flagpole and tribal banner, and at the center of these tribal compounds will be the tabernacle. Here are the tribal locations, and it's just showing all the locations. So the total of all these on Judah's side of the camp were 186, 400,000. These three tribes led the way whenever the Israelites traveled to a new campus or campsite. So the total of the Reuben side of the camp was 100,051, 450. These three tribes were next in line whenever the Israelites traveled. Next in line to march was the tabernacle with the Levitites. When traveling, each tribe stayed together under its own flag, just as each was separated from the other in camp. So the total on the European or Ephraim side of the camp was 108,100. I'm sorry. 100,000. Wait, what? 108,100. And they were next in line of march. So the total on Dan's side of the camp was 157 and 600,000. They brought up the rear when Israel traveled. In summary, the armies of Israel totaled about 600,000, not including the Levitites who were exempt by Jehovah's command to Moses. So the people of Israel set up their camps, each tribe under its own banner, in the locations indicated by the Lord to Moses. At the time when the Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, Aaron's sons were Nahab, his oldest, Ahibiah, and then Elizur. I'm not too sure. All were anointed as priests and set apart to minister at the tabernacle. But Nahab and Abihu died before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai when they used unholy fire, and since they had no children, this left only Elizur and Ithamar to assist their father Aaron. Then the Lord said to Moses, Summon the tribe of Levi and present them to Aaron as his ancestors. They will follow his instructions and perform the sacred duties at the tabernacle on behalf of all the people of Israel, for they are assigned to him as representatives of all the people of Israel. They are in charge of all the furnishing and maintenance of the tabernacle. However, only Aaron and his sons may carry out the duties of priesthood. Anyone else who is presumed to assume this official or office shall be executed. And the Lord said to Moses, I have accepted the Levitites in substitution for all the oldest sons of the people of Israel. The Levites are mine. In exchange for all the oldest sons, from the day I killed all the oldest sons of Egypt, I took for myself all the firstborn in Israel of both men and animals. They are mine. I am Jehovah. The Lord now spoke again to Moses at Sinai Peninsula, telling him, Take a census of the tribe of Levi, indicating each person, clan, count every male down to 1 month old. So Moses did. And then this just names all the names and all the people there. The responsibilities of these two clans of Levites was the care of the tabernacle, its coverings, its entry drapes, the drapes covering the fence surrounding the courtyard, the screen at the entrance of the courtyard surrounding the tabernacle and altar, the altar, and all the ropes used in tying the tabernacle together. The responsibility of these 4 clans of Levites was the care of the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altars, the various utensils used in the tabernacle, the veil, and any repairs needed on any of these items. Aaron's son shall be the chief administrator over the leaders of the Levites with special responsibilities for the oversight of the sanctuary. The responsibilities of these 2 clans was the care of the frames of the tabernacle, building the posts and base of the posts, and all of the equipment needed for their use. The posts around the courtyard and their bases, pegs, and ropes. The area east of the tabernacle was reserved for the tents of Moses and of Aaron and his son, who had the final responsibility for the tabernacle on behalf of the people of Israel. Anyone who was not a priest or Levite but came into the tabernacle was to be executed. So all the Levites, as numbered by Moses and Aaron at the command of the Lord, were 22,000 males, a month old and older. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now take a census of all the eldest sons in Israel who are a month old or older, and register each name. The Levites shall be mine. I am Jehovah." Not too sure what that word is. For the eldest sons of Israel, and the Levites' cattle are mine, and substitutions for the firstborn cattle of the whole nation. So Moses took a census of the eldest sons of the people of Israel as the Lord had commanded, and found the total number of eldest sons a month old and older to be 22,273. Now the Lord said to Moses, "Give me the Levites instead of the eldest sons of the people of Israel, and give me the cattle of the Levites instead of the firstborn cattle of the people of Israel. Yes, the Levites shall be mine. I am Jehovah, to redeem the 273 eldest sons in excess of the number of Levites. Pay $5 for each one to Aaron and his sons." So Moses received redemption money for the 273rd eldest son of Israel, who were in excess of the number of Levites. All the others were redeemed because the Levites had been given to the Lord in their place. The money collected came to a total of 1,365, and Moses gave it to Aaron and his sons as the Lord had commanded. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Take a census of the Kohath division of the Levite tribe." Okay, so I'm on Numbers 4. I think that's where I'm going to stop. And I mean, again, none of this is meant to be taken literally. I've watched multiple videos and I've heard it from a lot of other people. The Old Testament wasn't for people nowadays. It's for people that were back then whenever this was being written or whenever these things were happening. I'm not too sure at what time it was. But these aren't things that are still supposed to be happening. Like, I don't think you have to pay somebody for them to forgive you. I don't think that's how that works. But again, just don't take all this too literal. Take it with a grain of sand. This is like, that's why we have the New Testament. But I could be wrong. If I am, I'm sorry, but I don't think that, we're still meant to be sacrificing animals, because that doesn't really, I don't really see how that's going to help us, but who knows? I feel like God made this for specific people to maybe give them the best chance of survival, so that maybe whatever he had planned could happen, because God obviously knows everything and he knows what's going to happen or when it will happen. So maybe this was just the best way to help get things moving. I'm not too sure, but we have duties of the Kohathites and a test for adultery, Numbers 6 to Numbers 4. So I'm going to read that tomorrow. I'll read both of these pages. But I'm pretty sure that's all I have for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and God bless you all.